back, lovely souls. So I do have a message for someone out there, and I really feel that many of you will resonate with this message that is here today, because I know I definitely understand and resonated with myself. I just like, how many of you been getting the feeling or the guidance or the downloads or the signs that your energy may be triggering yourself, maybe triggering others? And I'm meaning like, not the familiar you to them, not the comfort zone you. I'm talking about the you that is changing and becoming your authentic self. Have you noticed the more realer you come, the more authentic you come, the more people start to leave or start to act busy or may become triggered by your energy? And this makes you feel discomfort. This makes you feel uncomfortable. I tell you, then this is definitely your message. Are you experiencing the changes in the world as well, where you are starting to notice certain behaviors from others, and it feels like sometimes that you gotta take on more because others aren't doing their part? And that's why authenticity is so key, lovely soul. I got some messages for you here today. Before I want to say, like, do you remember growing up? When I was growing up, I literally would feel like I had to be the same person every single day, right? Although that was making me quite miserable. And I thought that I was taught that in order to be real, you got to be the same person every day, or else you fake. Have you ever been around someone and you might not been feeling like yourself? Maybe you was going through some things, or maybe you felt down in that moment, or maybe you just didn't feel like talking, and maybe you're a person who's talkative. You get what I'm saying? And you go around that certain someone who pretty much knows you. You spend time around them quite often, so they know this certain part of you, right? And they're like, what's wrong with you? You're not really acting like yourself. And then they may start to feel some type of way because you're not acting like yourself, or like, oh, don't bring that energy over here. Well, I don't know if we used that word back then, but it was like, don't come over here in a bad mood, rubbing it off on other people. But nobody understood that you was just going through something. Nobody was probably there. Maybe hopefully you had somebody there that, offered a shoulder to lean on, but it's like nobody ever understood what you was feeling. And it almost felt like you had to suppress what you was feeling and be who others wanted you to be in that moment, because that's the way that they see you. That's the way that they know you to be. And you might have been called fake as well whenever you started to change. Any time in your life when you might have started making small changes in your life, people would start to see those changes that you started to make within yourself. So they then start calling you out on it as if you're fake, right? As if you're not being yourself. I know that this is what I experienced. And so I thought that fake was real and real was fake, right? So actually I thought I was being real because I was always being who they wanted me to be, but all along I was being fake because I wasn't being who I wanted to be. You understand what I'm saying? And I was also creating hard walls to come up, to be tough, right? To be tough because I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to feel anything that hurt. I would brush it off. And one big thing that many of you may resonate with is that I did not speak on how I feel. So my emotions became very suppressed. And you may be noticing that right now in your life, you can no longer do that. It no longer works. It feels like 2 times, 3 times, maybe even 10 times worse than what it used to feel, because the world is changing. Things are changing. The old is gone. There's new way of doing things. So anytime it's old stuff that is there, it may be more challenging now. It may feel like you're suffering now. And mostly because you already know. It's like giving you a sign that of what that certain thing is, whatever it is you may be experiencing in that moment. Okay, so that is what I felt guided to start the video with today. So I do want to give a message out to you lovely souls today who are working on and becoming and are standing and being their true authentic self. And I heard there's levels to this. Everything goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and it can become a challenge the more you be your authentic self, because you may be being yourself and you understand and have the knowledge of why you're doing something, because you're being you and you know what it means because you have the knowledge of it and it's you, right? But others may be thinking, oh, you being an a-hole, right? Because they don't understand why you're doing or being yourself. They don't understand why you're being like that. They might say, why are you being like that? They become very defensive and offended, and it makes it feel as if you're doing something wrong. You may be questioning yourself lately. You may have been feeling doubt lately about you being that true, authentic self who is showing up, because baby, we had a rebirth and we're still in the process of being reborn, right, to this new us. So don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to channel those energies that comes through in the present moment. Many of you, I want you to know that it takes dark and light energies in order to heal and be healers in this world. So your dark side, those of you who resonate with what I'm saying, your dark side knew how to survive. It knew how to get back up. It knew how to be motivated. Your dark side that you are becoming aware, and if you are not aware of your shadow and you're in the beginning, just take in what resonates, lovely soul. This is very much encouragement to you. So your dark side, you know all about your shadow now, those of you who are resonating. So like you're integrating that shadow into the light, and you're going to use all those parts of you, right? I mean, I feel like, like a lot of people take kindness for weakness, right? So it's like I like to say it, using all of me with love. All of me with love, not aggression, not a force, not all those other energies, through love. So always remember, when you're being your authentic self, you're doing it through love. I keep feeling like I'm hearing like someone's throwing up on others, like throwing out that negative energy and spreading it onto others because of what they're feeling inside. I heard check yourself, be mindful of what it is that you're doing. Whoever that message is out for, is for 1 to 3. I'm saying 4 to 5. 6 to 10, 12 people. I don't know. Those are numbers I saw. So I'm saying all those numbers. So we're going to say from 1 to 12 people out there. Could be more. That's something that you want to look at, because you're putting out that energy. Remember, you want to be mindful of what you're doing, because the energy that you put out, you always get back. What we put out is what comes back to us, lovely. So this journey is about you. This journey is about you. And before I go on and get up into this message that will not be long today, I want to say I do have PCM intuitive readings open. The information will be down below in the description area if you want to book an intuitive reading with me. This world is changing, and if you have not noticed it yet, you will know how. You'll start to notice how the lack of communication is occurring heavily these days. So many are not used to thinking for themselves. So it's so important for you to be you, so you don't get burned over and over again. Most that will happen, and it is important to learn the lessons that are presented to you. Learn from those things. It's beginning to happen more and more, like at doctor's office, grocery stores, everywhere. I'm starting to see people that you would think are in professional fields and stuff. You would think you could give them a benefit of doubt, but they are also, a lot of them are in a place where they're lacking communication, right? And you're starting to notice as you're becoming aware of this. And that's why it's important that you can see now that labels don't matter. You see that. You will have to learn to trust yourself, your choices, decisions, and speak up. You can't change the people, but we can only change and keep bettering ourselves. This message the universe has for us today, lovely soul, is like, it's part 1, because I got a part 2 coming, because this is the season when it is highly important for us all to be our authentic selves. This is the season that we are in. I know that it can come with a challenge, so stay tuned, because this message is for you today if you are already still here resonating. And stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to pull a card from the Soul's Journey deck that we can give you to tie the whole reading together. And I'm also going to pull a card now, and then another card if I feel guided to see if there's anything that you could take with you that you need to know or become aware of. Welcome to the channel. I'm Miss Kelly, Travel Spiritual. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, your energy triggering people. Don't let others' energy rub off and make you stop being yourself. Don't let those thoughts come to make you feel to doubt yourself, because it's totally discomforting. It's totally uncomfortable. The more you do it, the more familiar it will become. The more you'll see and understand why you are being the way that you're being. Let it happen, lovely soul. Somebody needs to hear that. Oh, wow. Okay. You're worthy. You are worthy. 1 card, Spirit, for these lovely souls here today. Thank you for the accurate message. What is it that you want? Thank you for this message. What is it that you want for these lovely souls to know most right now, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. So I release all limiting beliefs about prosperity and my ability to succeed financially. That goes your affirmation right there, lovely. So you may be struggling with releasing and limiting beliefs. You may be struggling with knowing that you have the ability to succeed financially, that you have the ability to be financially stable. And you can claim that right now, baby. Real talk. You can be that right now. And this is another affirmation for some of you out there who resonate with this one. I'm at ease, knowing the answers are in the stillness within me. I close my eyes, I focus on my breath, and I go deeper into myself, lovely soul. Check it out. That also resonates. So those are two affirmations you can use for yourself. And this is definitely connected to those who are going deeper within themselves, and those who are beginning to go within themselves and becoming more aware of themselves. That message is for you, and you can always take those affirmations and utilize them for yourself, lovely soul. Let's go ahead and get up into it, but I'm guided to actually pull a card right here. Let's see what I heard. Any blocks? Let's see what blocks are there. Are there any blocks for these lovely souls here today, Spirit? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate you for the message. Are there any blocks or any information you would like to share with them from this day? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going with perception, lovely soul. See it differently. Change your perception. I heard you shining like a diamond. Some of you out there are already shining like a diamond, and maybe this card is encouraging you to change your perception and see it different. Why? By being your authentic self, see that you are actually in a place of love and coming from a place of love and realness, in a place that many may not understand, because you got to remember where you came from. So if you put yourself in their shoes, you'll understand what it is they may think. They may think you're an a-hole because that's what they were thought to think. So it's important to see it different. And this is also someone having a heart chakra opening, or your heart is opened up. I'm seeing a flower open up, and you can feel so deeply now. Or changing your perception will open up your heart chakra. Take how that resonates, lovely soul. I knew that was another message. And some of you are coming out the cocoon, baby, flying high. Look, it's time to fly high. Keep being yourself, lovely souls. Look at that. It's time to fly high. And I'd encourage you, look at all those butterflies. You may have been seeing butterflies and birds been catching your attention lately, lovely soul. And then she also has a door right there that she's about to walk into. You may be afraid to be your authentic self, right? Because you're afraid of how people may perceive you, how people may think of you, lovely soul. It is time for you to walk through that door and be you, lovely soul. See it different. Something has you looking back into the past, and it's like your attention and focus is in the past, and that door is right there for you to open and walk into. And I'm here to experience the changes that you've been looking for, lovely soul. These changes will open up growth for you, right? And I'm actually, the first card that I'm getting from this one is just balance. Keep your dark and light energies balance. That's what I'm picking up just from this message. Look and check it out. Balance. Balance is key. Balance is key, lovely souls. Keeping your dark and light energies balanced at this time. This message from the universe is it's time to listen to yourself. For so long, most of your life, you have been told what to do, how to do it. You never got a chance to truly learn how to express yourself, your real feelings, emotions, or energy in motion. And instead, you were taught to suppress them. And everyone else always felt that their opinion was better than what you chose for yourself. They felt that they knew what was best for you. And I want to encourage you today. Nobody knows what is best for you but you. You can take in information, what resonates and stuff of that nature, but always check in with your intuition at the end, because only you know what's best for you, lovely soul. So this has taught you to always look outside of you for approval, for the opinions of others, instead of trusting yourself, thinking for yourself, and choosing for yourself. When I first had my first awakening, the first thing I woke up to was like, dang, it seemed like nobody don't know nothing. I feel like I ain't had nobody to call to express what I was feeling, to express what I was going on. And prior to this awakening, I started to notice that I couldn't even get information from people anymore. They seemed like they didn't know anything anymore, and I didn't have no one to turn to, right? And my fiance, he didn't know what I was going through. He woke up 2 days after me. He started having an awakening 2 days after me. So I felt all alone, and I feel like nobody understood what I was going through. I feel like, of course, I can't pick up the phone and start calling people and letting them know what I'm experiencing. Although I did tell one of my friends, and it was quite awkward at the time when we were friends. It was quite awkward because she didn't see it the way I seen it, you know. But later on, she started seeing some stuff. But anyways. that friendship had to end because I continued to grow more and more and more. So anyways, it just felt like people were carrying a lack of knowledge already then, and I felt I had no choice but to go in and start to do the work and start to find things out on my own for the first time, because I kind of always depended on other people. I was codependent. I depended on other people and their opinions, and I didn't know to trust my own decisions and all that stuff like that, and I would overthink things and I become overwhelmed. And my awakening in the beginning of it, that's what hit me, like, dang, I gotta figure things out on myself. I don't even know who to call. Now fast forward, what happened is, like what I'm saying, like, so you got to choose for yourself, right? So this is why so many of us would just react, because we was never taught how to express what we was feeling. We was taught how to react. Even when I've worked with clients, they felt that they was taught that you had to get mad in order for people to feel you, to understand that you angry, don't mess with me, right? Don't play with me, stuff like that. So it all depends on what your beliefs are, lovely soul, as well. So check in with your beliefs and make sure they are supportive of you. But we were taught to react. We saw everyone react. We never were taught how to express ourselves, how to speak and not react. So this is why this is a big lesson for us. Now I started indoctrinating, from the indoctrinating and the programming and what we saw made us, like, this how we became, right? This is how we became, because that's the way we saw life. That's why it's important for us to change our perceptions, and see things differently, because there's so many more than one way to see things. And so fast forward in our lives, you have suppressed, or you've had suppressed emotions that need to be felt in order to heal. You got to feel it to heal it. And you got to feel it to understand it. We are in a whole new era in this season. See, those suppressed emotions are old emotions that happened in the past that you never felt. That message just came back through like that. Someone needed to know it like that. We're in a whole new era. And in this season, it's about authenticity. And the universe is really putting this message across. So do stay tuned for part 2. I'll probably get it made tomorrow for you all. So trusting your intuition and your gut instincts. This is what we are on the real. On your journey, you cannot care what people think of you, lovely. So I feel like many of you are starting to understand why. The more you become your authentic self, everyone sees you different, and this can cause discomfort being the real you, trusting you over outside influences, because it's totally unfamiliar. And when was the last time you trusted you? How did that turn out? Maybe better than what you had even expected. Many live in their ego, so most of the time it's just about them being right, and it's also about what they're feeling and not actually being genuinely and being responding to things that you might have asked them, right? Or whatever the nature, or they just might butt in and feel like they have all rights because they feel right to tell you what to do and how to do it and what's best for you, right? And you're starting to understand that that's absolutely not true. The universe is urging you to trust your intuition now more than ever. Doing so, you will be able to navigate challenges with ease and manifest your dreams more freely. Listen to yourself, lovely soul, and let go of those fears and doubts that will arise, and take that leap of faith. It's the real challenge come when you're under that pressure, and you gotta not blame, and you gotta stay calm, and you can't react, and you gotta speak, right? You gotta express. Take those deep breaths in and out, and calm down and look within before you do anything. Be brave and follow your passions and stay true to yourself. Don't be swayed by other people's opinions. It's highly important to listen to your inner voice and take action on what you feel is right for you. Trust your gut. Ensure that your desires are aligned with what's important to you, and actively engage in self-reflection and connect with your authentic self. Your energy will trigger those who still live in their egos. They fear the truth, which is you, lovely soul. You really have to go against society's norm. Your authentic self is exactly that. Exactly that. How many of you are already experiencing this? Let me know down below in the comment section. Your authentic self is exactly that. It feels quite awkward at first, but you will notice being you will knock people out of those spells that they are under time to time. In that moment, when you say something by being you to them, it's like they snap out of it like that, and they come out of that spell that they're in, and they start to notice that they were in the wrong about something. They start to notice what they're doing, right? They're unconscious to the things that they are doing, and it's like they just catch themselves of your soul. So you can see it's important to tune in to part 2 that I will be making tomorrow, and I'm also seeing perseverance. Keep persevering, lovely soul. Remember that strength. as far as you continue to go. Never give up on you. I'm heard never give up on hope. Someone needed to hear that. So you'll see, so it takes courage, baby. It takes courage to be you. Boldness, right? And hey, you have to be okay with missing people and loving them from a distance. Somebody needs to hear that, lovely soul. So no, you're not doing anything wrong. You're totally uncomfortable, and you are really being guided to listen to your gut instincts and intuition. Again, stay tuned for part 2. I'll try to get it posted up and made tomorrow for you all. One card, Spirit, one card to tie together this lovely message you have given us. What is it most that the universe wants to tell these lovely souls here today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Baby, I'm telling you, like, those cards, I felt intuitively balanced. And I pulled another card. Balance, look. Balance. Balance again. We've been getting these energies lately. So let's go ahead and get into the balance. Affirmation: I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Balance means bringing a sense of stability and wholeness into every area of your life. Many times when you look at a situation objectively, you will resonate with one side more than the other. Try not to view either as good or bad, but simply recognize that it is. The true nature of the scales of balance is to give both sides of a situation equal view. Objective perspective, right? It can be difficult to understand the side that you don't relate to, but that is a lesson in itself. Yeah. What is it about you that prevents you from giving both sides of the coin your non-judgmental assessment? This situation or person has been placed in your path to teach you that everyone has his or her own unique, authentic life story, and you must put yourself in that person's shoes to really understand his or her motivation. Balance is a godly virtue, and if it is struck, you will reap the benefits of insight and compassion. Yes, lovely soul. Balance is so 5D as well. You gotta think of it like this. This is a world of polarity and duality. So where there's big, challenging, seemingly bad world, 3D type stuff, that's also a really good world, right? So whatever you work through, right, which is whatever you work through the darkness, something good will always come from it. Something beneficial will always come from it. Someone needs to understand that abundance will come from it, baby. Discipline is key. Someone has regrets about something. I heard regrets about being me. Do not regret being yourself. Also take how that resonates to you. Adversity. So the challenges, that's why I mentioned duality and polarity, right? That just came through. So the challenges, adversity, know that adversity is there for you to grow. It's all there for you. The contrast that you experience is all there for you, lovely soul. So that's the messages that I have for you, lovely souls, today. Do not be afraid that others are triggered by your energy. It's all love. It's the fact that you're the truth, and their egos, you know what it's like living in the ego, right? Many of you may still be there. It's fearful, right? It's scary when you see somebody doing something that you know that you're capable of. You can see yourself in them, right? Or they remind you of the truth that you may have been avoiding. So someone also, I saw real quick, a tower crash, or someone maybe have been having a tower moment in their life because you may have been ignoring reality. So don't take it so hard, and just see what it is that the universe is trying to show you. Again, please tap into your intuition. We're in a new season where authenticity is key. I love each and every one of you. Hit that like button if you found a message here. If this message resonates with you, hit that like button. Share this video with anyone you want to share this video with. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. And if you opened up to the truth, you open up with the real, and you feeling the vibes, hit that subscribe button and that bell. And if you're an Instagrammer, follow me on Instagram at Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually. Take the affirmations that resonate to you and keep being you, lovely soul. Don't let no one stop you. Peace, love, and light. One love.